I'm going to show you a couple of things on the computer to maybe help you out this week with getting started on some new ways of getting your work completed. So first thing, you have in Google Classroom posted a lesson plan for all of this week for April 6th through the 10th. If you see on that plan, you have some work to do on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then on Thursday and Friday, we have our spring break. So there's no work assigned on those 2 days. Okay? So everything that's listed here under Monday, April 6th is what you need to do in one day to help you out and for you to make sure you're staying on track and completing what you need to do. There's posted as an assignment for you today a checklist that you can fill out at the end of the day. You'll put your name in the checklist, and then if you look down, it says, what have you completed today? And as you complete each thing, just check in the little box. Mine looks a little bit different than yours will, but you'll just check in the box to mark it off that you have done it. That way I can see all of the activities that you've done. This is kind of a digital form of this same little chart right here that explains what you need to do. Okay, so make sure when you're done with your work for the day, you fill this out. Just check each of those boxes, and then the bottom question asks, what Brain Pop lesson did you watch and what was your quiz score? So that's where you would put like your topic and your score for that quiz for that topic. Remember, this can be science or social studies. You could pick a lesson from either of those subjects. Okay, the next thing I want you to see, if you look here on the checklist, you can see it. So for math, things you need to do fact fluency on MobyMax for 15 minutes, and then math reteach pages. And I gave you the numbers of the pages to do 2.4 and 2.8. And then for reading, you have a MobyMax language lesson for 15 minutes. Then there's the reading lesson of a story to read and questions to answer. The story is called The World's Largest Fish. And then you have reading for your reading log for 20 minutes. And your Brain Pop lesson in science or social studies. And then that you checked in on Google Classroom just to check and make sure you have everything done on there. All right, so for these math reteach pages and your reading lesson, those are usually papers that you would need to have filled out to turn in. So to make that a little bit easier for you, in your Google Classroom, you will have an assignment that is called Monday, April 6th, Math and Reading. So when you click on that, it will open up like this, and you will have your own Google slideshow that pops open. Mine, I have zoomed in right now pretty big, but when you first click on it, it might look a little bit smaller like this. So if you look right here using the slides, over here to the left are each of your slides that you have, and these are like your pages. So here's your first math and here's your second math, and then it goes into your reading story and then the questions that go along with your reading story. Now, what I did up here, there's a little magnifying glass that says zoom. If you click on that, I had it zoomed into 200%. Look how much bigger it makes it there on your screen, and then you can see it a lot better. Okay, so here's where I want you to do the math pages. You probably will need to have like a piece of scrap paper or a notebook that you're working in to solve the problems yourself, but you are going to put your final answer right into the slideshow. So I need you to read up here. This is your lesson part up here at the top. It gives you some examples. And then down at the bottom, this one has 4 problems that you need to solve. It says to find the product and tell which strategy that you used. For example, problem number 1 says 5 times 7 times 20. Once you have solved that paper on your own, you see where the star is right there. If you click on the star, you'll notice that that is a text box where you can type in. It might take clicking on it a couple of times. You can delete that little star and then type in your answer. Let's say your answer is 350. So you would just type in 350 and it'll put it right there. Then you can click out of that and it'll put your answer there on the line. So anytime that there is a star, you click and you can fill your answers in that way. Change this one back so that it is a star for you. Okay, so there's the math pages. The reading ones, if I click on a reading one here, the first one you'll need to just read the story. You'll have the whole story on there for you. And then if I click on this first one with the questions after it, there are those little stars right there. That's where you're going to click. And you'll see the little box pop up, and then you can put your answer in there. So like this first one's a multiple choice question, so you can delete that star and type in A, B, C, or D for the correct answer on it. So each of those little stars is the spot for you to click, and you can type your answer in. Once you have your answers all typed in, you do not need to share it to me. You don't need to click the share button. It automatically goes, since it's in our Google Classroom assigned to you. You have your own copy. It will automatically send me your answers once you have it filled out.